that was exactly how I honestly thought this game was going to go. I felt like it was going to be like a seesaw kind of battle, and that's kind of what it was, honestly. After the last game against Montreal, I had mentioned the Senators, and essentially that they've been better than what their record shows, and they've had some pretty good wins. I mentioned in the video that they beat Tampa Bay 4-0. They beat Florida in Florida 8-2. They've had some pretty weak wins, and again, the record at 9-17-2, which was 9-17-1 coming into this, since it was an overtime loss. It was a lot different than what their play actually showed. First period, it definitely, Ottawa didn't come out great, and that was good for the Flyers. They were able to come out, establish, the way that they wanted to play. And obviously, before going into this game, you have a little bit of a mix-up with the lines and things like that. So Joel Farabee comes in, very good news, and he scored in this game. Farabee comes back, plays on the first line with Couturier and Konechny. Lindblom goes to the second line with Drew and Atkinson. Lawton was with Hayes and Van Riemsdyk. Jackson Cates was on the left wing, Brown at center, McEwen on the right wing. Defense was Provorov and Braun, Sanheim, Ristolainen, Yandel, and Connaughton, and Martin Jones was in net for this one. I personally thought it was going to be Jones's game anyway, because the Flyers have two tough games coming up against Washington and Pittsburgh, and I had a feeling that Carter Hart was probably going to play both of those games, honestly. But the thing is Carter Hart has an undisclosed illness and was not available for this game. We will have to see some sort of update. Max Willman and one of the Flyers staff members went to the COVID protocol, so now it's Frost, Willman, and one of the Flyers staff members is in COVID protocol. Carter Hart has an undisclosed illness. It is not COVID. At least they did not say it was COVID. So hopefully Hart is going to be okay. And, same with the other players as well, Frost, Willman and all those guys. But, hopefully those guys are able to play. Hopefully we see Carter Hart in net. Willman can come back into the lineup. Morgan Frost hopefully soon. So that will be nice. And obviously, hopefully the staff member is able to come back on the bench as well. But again, that first period was great from the Flyers. The Senators, it took them 13 minutes and 40 seconds into the period to get their first shot on net. That's how good the Flyers were playing in this one. And, it felt like the Flyers were just, they were moving the puck well. They were very, very, very good at cycling. There was two entire shifts in that first period where the Flyers had cycled the puck so much that they were able to literally get like half of a change through as they were still cycling the puck with less guys out there. That's how good the first period was for the Flyers. So right off the hop, the Flyers 2-on-1, Farabee and Konechny, pass over from Konechny, hits the post. Cates had a wide open shot. I wish he kind of skated into this one, but he didn't. He kind of just fired it right away. Hayes missed on a backhand chance in front on a pass by Sanheim, and then the Flyers get a goal, 1-0 from Claude Giroux. Beautiful pass from Oscar Lindblom behind the net, just sends it right out in front, and G's just right there. Forsberg had no idea where it was. He was still looking behind him, and the puck was already in the net. And then a couple minutes later, Flyers are just, again, slamming Ottawa in their own zone, all over them. They had a entire... Again, they were able to get off like half a change. The Farabee, Couturier, and connecting line was out there, and Farabee went off. Lindblom's came on. Konechny was kind of waiting for him, sent over a saucer pass. Lindblom fired a one-timer, deflected off a couple bodies, and ended up finding the back of the net. Flyers go up 2-0. Ottawa called a timeout, and then the Flyers went right back the other way with a scoring chance. At 10 minutes and 40 seconds, and then at 7 minutes and 11 seconds, the shots were, at 10:40, it was actually 8-0 Flyers. Ottawa still didn't have a shot at 7-11, and I wrote that down because I was like, how did they not have a shot on goal? And then, as I said, a couple minutes later, at that 6:20, Ottawa was able to get their first shot of the game. And it wasn't anything crazy. It was just a backhander from around the circle, and it was going to go wide, but Martin Jones just gloved it. Giroux ended up hitting Atkinson. Really nice setup there, but the shot got blocked. Giroux literally almost walked through everybody. It would have been one of the most disgusting goals that he had scored there. He did a move on Gabranson where he went between the legs in the Calgary game that the Flyers won in overtime. And he's had a couple really, really nice moves like that. 4-on-4, two guys go off for roughing. Jones had a pretty nice save there on the rush. That was easily the Senators' best chance and their first legit shot, I would say. I know the first one was a shot, but it wasn't anything crazy. That was only their first legit chance. McEwen had a tip in front on a Sanheim shot. I almost thought that went in. It just trickled wide. Lindblom had actually saved a goal. Ottawa had a chance, and the puck rolled behind Jones, and Ottawa came back and slammed that puck. Or excuse me, Lindblom came back and slammed that puck out of the way. But overall, it was a really good period for the Flyers. Many scoring chances. They defended the centers well, made lots of good plays. They made Ottawa make mistakes, and they were able to capitalize and have a 2-0 lead. What I didn't like was early in the period, you could tell Ottawa was gonna come out with a push. That was obvious. The big thing the Flyers had to do was continue what they were doing, and they didn't. So Ottawa makes it 2-1. Stützle kind of walks in, fires one. I didn't really love that goal from Jones, if I'm being honest with you. It just didn't seem like he wasn't set for anything. I think he thought that Stützle was going to come in and tuck it to the backhand, but he didn't respect the shot enough, so he just fired it. And it was a really nice goal from him, and Ottawa gets one back. Then the Flyers get a power play a couple minutes later, high sticking, and one of the most brutal power plays I've seen the Flyers have this year. They gave up a chance. They go up the ice. They can't even get into the zone. Couple guys overskate it. Yandel has a turnover. 2 turnovers on the play. 2-2. Shorthanded goal. So right there, I'm like, you just killed all the momentum they had was gone, which obviously wasn't great. And then Ottawa gets a power play. Braun had a hooking call, kill that off. Then Zach McEwen does one of the best things that he probably could have done in this game. It didn't. The Flyers lost all their momentum. Again, they gave up the goal and it was shorthanded, and you had a power play, had a chance to make a 3-1 lead early in the second after you just gave up an early goal, and you give up a shorthanded. And what McEwen does is fantastic. He drops the gloves, he gets the crowd into it, he's like pumping them up and everything. It was amazing. It was great to see. And after that, I felt like after that fight, Flyers were just all over it. They had really good zone time from the first line, drew a penalty, Ristolainen almost scored in front off of Couturier, chance on a one-timer. Then the Flyers had a power play, really good power play, a lot better than the first one. Literally anything could have been better than the first one, but it was a lot better. And they had many chances to move the puck, and both units were able to set it up. And sadly, they didn't end up scoring, but the Flyers were definitely all over it in the second half of the second. In the start of the third period, Flyers had a 4-on-2 rush. Connecting kind of stopped, and the play just kind of fizzled out. Ottawa was able to get back and cover everything, and the pass was deflecting one up the other way. A lot of chances in the third, it felt like overall, were just like kind of one team would come one way, then they'd come the other, they'd get back or break it up. It wasn't really anything crazy, but there weren't many whistles. Flyers didn't have many shots in the third, but they had more zone time. Ottawa had many one-and-done chances that were just kind of shots and things like that. But overall, it was a pretty solid third period up until the point where the Flyers kind of settled back a little bit. Ottawa got bodies in front. They got an open point shot. Bam, 3-2, deflected 5-hole. And with 6:17 left, Ottawa goes up by 1. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, are they really about to lose to Ottawa at home after they just lost to Montreal? It's like, come on. And then Joel Farabee gets one of the craziest, luckiest bounces. Dirty but good, as Jim Jackson would say, and the Flyers tie the game. Farabee scores from the corner, deflected off like 3 different guys, off of Forsberg. He just tried to go across like to Sanheim, and it just deflected in. So again, dirty but good, as Jim Jackson would say. And then another lucky bounce, essentially in overtime, as the puck would rim around the wall, and Cam Atkinson pounced on it, sent it over to Sanheim, tip in front, and the Flyers pick up a 4-3 win. They pick up the extra point, and that was crucial for them. As for the standings right now, if you're just looking at the Metropolitan standings, Flyers are now tied with Columbus with the same amount of games played, 29, or excuse me, one more game played than Columbus, 29 to Columbus is 28, tied with the same amount of points in 29. And as for the wild card, the Flyers are 5th in the wild card. They're 4 points behind second. Detroit has 33. Flyers have 29. So, it's been good that the Flyers have been picking up points, picking up 9 out of their last 10. That's pretty good for the games that they've played, and they've played a lot better. I was thinking to myself watching this, Mike Yeo has talked about what the Flyers want to do to kind of get to the way that they want to play. And what I've been thinking is they've had a lot of instances where that's that first period tonight, that's the way the Flyers want to play. They want to just be dominant. And obviously you're not going to do that all the time. Nobody is going to completely dominate a team like that where they literally have no shots through more than halfway of the first period. But you get my point, is that's how the Flyers want to play. Quick attack, keep the puck in the zone, good defensively, move it, go D to D, anything you need to do. And that's the way the Flyers want to play. But the way the second period has played out, that's not how they want to play. So things are starting to come together for them. It's still a work in progress, and they're finding ways to win while doing it, which is a good thing. So I think there's been a lot of positives in the last handful of games for them. They're 4-0-1 in their last 5, and again, 9 out of a possible 10 points. It's been good for them, and you're able to bounce back from a game that you had against Montreal. It's kind of a dud essentially, and you pick up a win. And that was what I had mentioned in the episode that I did with Derek Sotomayor yesterday, is if you're able to do that, then that's okay. And that loss doesn't look as bad since you're able to pick up a win tonight. So hopefully the Flyers can continue. As I said, you have Washington on Tuesday at home, and then you have Pittsburgh on the road on Thursday. So 2 pretty crucial games coming up for this team. We'll see how it all plays out. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to check out Butt-Ins. You can use code 10% off. There's a bunch of different grips, styles, anything that you want to use for your hockey stick. Really excited to check out some Butt-Ins products. Also, check out Garrett Group Construction for any home improvement needs. Thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you all again soon, and let's go Flyers.